So Gladiator 2 is out and it's been getting some pretty mixed reactions. I've seen a lot of positive, but I've also seen quite a bit of mediocre. And a big complaint that I'm hearing is that it's just too much like the first one. And yeah, it leans so heavily into the story of the first one. The structure is very similar, where here we are seeing Paul Mescal's Lucius fighting a battle, being taken as a prisoner of war, becoming a gladiator through that, and then succeeding in the arena. But here we see that conducted at a bigger scale, and we see it done in a different way where he's revisiting Rome and is nervous and afraid about being back there. For Lucius, it's going back to this place that he has learned to despise for most of his life. While for Maximus in the first movie, when he did get to Rome, he wasn't despising it his whole life. He was their general, he was their leader. It was a lot more of this deep sense of betrayal. Well, for Lucius, it's a different feeling. And you see that in the performances where, Lucius is a lot more of a subdued character. He's still finding his charisma, and he's finding his power. He's not a general, he is just a good soldier. Well, Maximus was this strong general, and we see Lucius step up to that, and I did really enjoy Paul Mescal's performance, honestly. That seems like it might be a hot take, but for me, he is this subdued and sad character because he was pushed out of his home when he was a child and has just kind of been on the run for a majority of his life and is now like settled down but being dragged right back to Rome. And I think that there was this level of sadness in his character that was there and was necessary. But with that being said, Mescal is nowhere near on the level of Russell Crowe or Joaquin Phoenix in the first movie, but you know who is near that level? Denzel Washington, my guy. I've been so excited for this movie simply for Denzel being in it. And he totally delivers. Every scene he is in, you are glued. He is so good. He just encompasses this power, this sliminess, and you want to trust him because he is this charismatic guy, but you recognize that he's dangerous. Also, I just wanted to shout out Connie Nielsen. I thought she was pretty good here as well, and kind of had the emotional core of the movie centered around her relationship with Lucius, and I found that to be interesting. I thought that she did a really good job just carrying that core. In terms of like this being a film, it's so entertaining. It's massive in its scale. It introduces like monkeys in this world and sharks, and they have like a water battle, and it's just a really fun watch. Ridley Scott's direction is fantastic, honestly. I mean, just every scene is so captivating, and you really feel the scope of the arena. You really get to see the camaraderie between fellow gladiators, and that's the other thing too. I felt like that there was a lot more like teamwork here in this film. I know in the first film you had Digimon Hunsu's, sorry if I'm butchering that name, his character, and he was like kind of the gladiator that really got to connect with Maximus. In this film, you don't get someone in that position. Instead, you just get a vast ensemble of gladiators that all really like connect with Lucius and get closer with him as the film goes on, and I enjoyed that. So all in all, I'm gonna give this 4 stars. I just thought it was pretty good. I was totally entertained, and I highly recommend that you go and check it out. I think that this whole Glicked thing with Gladiator and Wicked, it's a great time. Go watch them both. Watch them together if you want. I hopefully will get to do that at some point where I do the double feature. And with that being said, what about all of you? What did you think of Gladiator 2? Please let me know in the comments down below. I'd love to start a discussion, and I'll see you all in the next movie review. Take care.